Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to our lecturer. For today's presentation, we will present about obesity and overweight.
Yes, Assalamualaikum. My name is ZUHDI bin FAHMIDDIN. My nomometry is 0820 DEP20F1052. Okay, for introduction, the terms overweight and obesity refer to body weight that is greater than what is considered normally or healthy for a certain age. Overweight is generally due to extra body fat. However, overweight may also be due to extra muscle, bone, or water. People who have obesity usually have too much body fat. Your body mass index (BMI) is one way to tell if you are at a healthy weight, overweight, or have obesity. The BMI is a measure based on your weight in relation to your height. The greater your BMI, the greater your risk of health problem from overweight and obesity. Reaching and staying at a healthy weight may be a long-term challenge if you are overweight or have obesity. Maintaining a healthy weight or at least not gaining more weight if you are already overweight can help lower your chance of developing certain health problems.
Okay. Assalamualaikum. My name is ZULHARIZ IMAN by MAHIZUL. Number matrix 08 DP20F1046. Okay. This is a chart of obesity in Asian on 2019. Okay. According to this figure, Malaysia has dominates the Asian scale as the country with the highest obesity rate in 2019, with over 15% of its people classified as obese. In comparison to Malaysia and Brunei, Vietnam still has the lowest obesity rate with the 2.1% of the population being obese. These two countries, Malaysia and Brunei, have the highest rates of obesity among children and adolescents aged 5 to 19. According to a poll conducted by the UNICEF, short for United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund. Okay. 12.7% of nation children aged 5 to 19 years are obese, which is second highest in Southeast Asia behind Brunei, 14.1%. For the record, Vietnam has the fastest rate of obesity growth in Asia since 2010. Also, it still has the lowest obesity rate in 2019. Vietnam obesity rate grew to 38% during this time, while Indonesia and Malaysia had obesity rates 33% and 27% respectively. Okay, according to the World Health Organization, WHO, rising food expenditures and food shortage in developing nations are two main contributors to obesity. Obesity is also influenced by cultural and social norms. Obesity in Asian region can diminish productive years by weight average of 4 to 9 years. Obesity has a negative impact on a person's quality of life in addition to reducing their lifetime. There are various health hazards, including an increased risk of diabetes, heart disease, and possibly cancer. Okay. So, in my opinion, Malaysia can solve the problem of obesity, and they are already attempting to do so by choosing healthier and less sugary food. Even the syrupy drinks served at stores aren't as sweet anymore. And I hope other food vendors would follow suit by using less sugar and food and drinks. In food and drinks, a good food labeling system can also help consumers make healthier decisions. Okay, thanks.
Okay, my name is FERHAD ILMYZAT bin FAIRUL HAMNI. My metric number is 08DEP20F1039. Okay, on my slide, I will explain about prevalence rate of obesity among female school teachers. Okay, as we know, an individual's weight depends on various factors such as genetic, behavioral, ethnic, and social economic factors. Excess body weight is an independent risk factor for numerous health problems. More the body weight, greater the BMI. And an increase in BMI increases the risk of overweight and obesity. In the present study, the prevalence rate of obesity among female school teachers was found to be 70.2, with 43.2 of them having grade 1 obesity, 20.4% with teachers found to be grade 2 obesity, and only a small percent, 6.6%, came under grade 3 obesity category. The prevalence rate of obesity to be 47.2% among teachers, indicating obesity as a major health problem among school teachers. In countries like India, several factors such as urbanization, increased consumption of junk and processed foods, along with little or no physical activities, increases the risk of being obese. Being overweight, BMI is 23 to 24.9 kilos per meter square, or obese, BMI is more than 25 kilo per meter square, is considered to be an independent risk factor for several chronic diseases, conditions including coronary heart disease, hypertension, elevated cholesterol, and diabetes. The prevalence of these conditions increases as BMI increases. Hence, screening for obesity and maintaining adequate body weight is necessary to prevent an onset of chronic illness. Okay, thank you, and move on to the next slide.
Okay. For me, I want to talk about impact and economic costs. As illustrated in figure, Malaysia also suffer the highest overall cost for obesity as percentage of the country healthcare spending, reaching an alarming 10 to 20% of the country healthcare expenditure. Among the Asian countries, Indonesia ranked second with cost at 8 to 60% of healthcare spending, while Singapore comes third with cost at 3 to 10%. Philippines is ranked fourth with the cost 4 to 7%. Thailand is ranked fifth with 3 to 5%, and the last place is Vietnam with cost to 3%. Okay. For total cost for obesity as a percentage of nominal GDP, Malaysia total cost for obesity as a percentage of nominal GDP ranks top at range between 0.4% and 0.8%. far ahead of all other countries in Asia. A recent study estimates that worldwide GDP losses both from indirect and direct costs of diabetes from 2011 and 2030 will total US dollar 1.7 trillion, comprising US dollar 900 billion for high income and US dollar 800 billion for low and middle income countries. So that's all for me.
Okay, Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad IDZHAM bin Muhammad NADZRUDDIN, matrix number DEP20F1045. Okay, this time I will present about prevalence of overweight and obesity from 18 years and above. Data from NHMS. Okay, obesity is on the rise around the world and in Malaysia. Among the adults, according to the National Health and Morbidity Survey, NHMS, there's been a steady increase in obesity and overweight prevalence in Malaysia. In NHMS, data indicated the problems rose rapidly in the late 1990s. From 1996 to 2015, there's been a 1.5 times increase in overweight and a more worrying threefold increase in obesity. The number are now at worrying level, wherein almost every other adult in Malaysia, 47.7% is either overweight or obese, highlighted by Dr. T. This trend will gradually lead to a surge on NCDs like diabetes and heart disease in the Malaysian population if no serious steps are taken to deal with the problem. The numbers show that there is still a lack of awareness in our society about the danger of obesity. It is even more necessary today to educate society on early preventative measures to deal with the root of the problem so that the trend can be controlled. That's all for me. Okay, for the conclusion, obesity is sometimes misunderstood as a personal issue, even though many aspects overlap. Aspects appear to conquer the obesity is a highly complex issue. In addition to knowing the cause of obesity, it is critical to consider ways to avoid obesity and how the community could support and assist in rehabilitating those who have such a condition. In order to combat obesity, society should employ a combination of prevention, intervention, and suppression method. In order to be efficient, obesity prevention efforts should involve not just a healthy diet, regular exercise, and installing good habits in everyone, but also a wide range of management tools, possible medicine, and other therapies. Thank you.
Yeah, that's all